Looking ahead to Wallpaper Trends 2021, and your walls are set to be dressed to impress. Bold and vibrant designs topping an expert study into upcoming wallpaper trends based on recent Google searches looking for graphic wallpaper ideas. With 2020's walls based around nature, texture and softness, homes in 2021 are set to make an impact, with the research including futuristic styles and many travel-inspired patterns in a reaction to the confinement of 2020. Coming in at number 1 on the list of living room wallpaper ideas is 3D wallpaper, which has seen an increase of over 300% in Google searches between January and December 2020. 3D wallpaper designs will become a huge trend, says Alex Whitecroft, head of design at I Want Wallpaper. As we look for creative ways to make our spaces feel bigger, expect to see giant wall murals which create an infinite effect and feeling of depth, featuring tunnels, cityscapes and forests. Also on the rise are tropical, bamboo, animal print, botanical and scenic wallpapers, signifying that exotic adventures are moving indoors. Since we haven't been able to travel this year, many homeowners have sought ways to bring their holidays into the home, says Whitecroft. Invigorating tropical styles, rich deep rainforest and jungle patterns, are a shorthand way to bring the world to you, while also suggesting a sense of the natural world which, for many in towns and cities, has felt very distant this year. With boldness being back, it's clear that this year you're going to need to know how to wallpaper a statement wall. The top 10 wallpaper trends 2021 are: 1. Tapestry. According to Cole & Sons creative director Carly Bin, tapestry-inspired designs are going to see a rise in popularity this year. Tapestry-like designs are a perfect focal point for a room. Often inspired by idyllic landscapes, they bring the beautiful colors of the outdoors inside of the home. Their muted palette of greens, blues and neutrals can provide the color inspiration and textures of the entire room. 2. Panorama. Mural-style landscape panoramas are also making their way onto more wallpapers. Scenic and mural wallpapers continue to be a huge trend for 2021, with atmospheric panoramas, scenes and murals putting your walls center stage and offering a variety of extraordinary statements for your walls. Landscape panoramas are interesting. Due to their large scale, they create an immersive dreamy universe, explains Intulbert Honorat, creative assistant of Kenzo Dakada. 3. Natural touch. Sustainability is at the forefront of our minds, with an increased awareness of the finitude of our natural resources and durable, natural, and woven materials being championed. So it's unsurprising that natural materials are weaving their way into wallpapers too, including wicker, grass, straw and silk. 4. Trick of the eye. Drumpler literally translates as trick of the eye, as walls are made to look like something they're not. For example, these walls may look tiled, but it's actually a clever new wallpaper design by Pierre Frey. The design brings a taste of Portugal's tint-glazed walls home via spectacular scenic wallpapers. 5. New chintz, you'd be forgiven for thinking of traditional florals as a bit chintzy, but mark our words, this style is making a comeback and grandma-style patterns are all the rage with cool, young interiors fans. Dubbed Grand Millennial Style, the look is all about twee, chintzy florals like this. 6. Geometric. This year has us all searching for security and structure amid the chaos. An escalating need to impose systems of order and control in all facets of life has seen a rise in popularity for simplified, structured design. Interiors referencing elemental geometric arrangements, subtle raised relief and the monochrome palettes channel the comfort found in pattern and routine. 7. 3D texture. There'll be no eyebrows raised if you're caught stroking walls this season, for surfaces are going soft and three-dimensional. The latest trend in wall coverings is to give walls a seductive touch-me texture, or textured effects, from printed cork and beaded papers to 3D geometric designs that pop out of the walls. Some people are even hanging rugs on their walls to give them texture and to make a room feel softer and cozier. Best wallpaper patterns for small rooms. I love bold wallpaper for small rooms. Not every small space dweller share that love. For some, the idea alone is intimidating. Many small space dwellers worry that busy patterns or shapes will be too much for their tiny room, and they don't want to overwhelm the space. I get it. The truth is, adding wallpaper to a small room is a great way to visually expand that space. Pattern wallpaper can create all kinds of illusions, including making a room appear larger than it actually is. They add interest by creating a beautiful focal point, create depth in a room with short walls, and make low ceilings look 20 feet tall. I know it may seem counterintuitive to add busy shapes and large flowery elements to the walls of a tiny room, but trust me, the result can create the most beautiful and charming accents for your home. You just have to work smart. That's what this post is about. But before we get into the options, one thing to note is that you should only use a pattern that you really love. Aside from the fact that you'll be looking at it every day, anything that isn't super appealing to you will eventually feel overwhelming. FYI, at the end of this post I rounded up a few online shops where you can find stylish, modern wallpaper and murals. So stick around till the end. So what wallpaper patterns work best for small spaces? 1. Stripes. You may have seen this suggestion in your research thus far. Stripes are one of the best wallpaper patterns for small spaces because they have the power to visually transform a room. Striped wallpaper can create the illusion of height or depth depending on their orientation. Vertical stripes make ceilings appear higher, thereby adding height to the room, while horizontal stripes make a room seem wider, by adding depth. Either way, stripes help to make a room appear much larger than it really is, which is the ultimate goal in small spaces. Note, it doesn't have to be literal stripes like the images above. Any pattern that creates vertical or horizontal lines will do the trick. 2. Scenic wallpaper, murals. This is probably the best wallpaper for small spaces. Scenic wallpaper or murals are truly powerful stuff when it comes to creating an optical illusion. The magic is in pulling the eye outward, adding depth and distance. Creating depth in a small room easily translates to the illusion of more space. 3. Seamless patterns, busy versus random wallpaper patterns. I think maybe this is the part where people get scared. Remember, patterns repeat. So some can seem too busy and overwhelming for small rooms. It's the scale of the pattern that makes all the difference. Smaller repeated prints can sometimes look chaotic, while larger repeated patterns stretch the eye upward and outward, making the room appear larger. The distance between each repeat is also an important factor to consider. Consider this: any pattern with a repeat of 6 inches or less will appear quite busy. Larger patterns with a repeat of 12 inches or more will appear more random and be easier on the eye. With small spaces, it's generally recommended that bold repeated patterns should be used for creating a single accent feature wall. Especially if you're using small repeated prints. Busy wallpaper for small rooms can definitely work. If you find a busy pattern that you love, use it on one wall. This way you get the look you want, without the claustrophobia. On the other hand, if you're a maximalist at heart and prefer to cover the entire room in busy wallpaper, then go for it. Maximalists can do small spaces too. 4. Textured wallpaper. This type of wall covering is considered a pattern in its own right. Textured wallpaper creates another level of dimension, adding interest to a small space. 5. Metallic or mirrored wallpaper. Metallic and mirrored wallpaper is another popular wallpaper for small rooms. These shiny gems are perfect for bouncing light around a room and brightening up any space. It's no surprise that a bright and well-lit home can make a room seem larger. Let's talk about scale. We touched on pattern scale earlier, so you might recall that for small spaces, smaller, busier patterns are perfect for accent walls. Larger patterns will create a bold and dramatic effect. Large patterns that go all the way up to the ceiling are perfect for small spaces because it draws the eye upward, creating the illusion of higher ceilings and therefore more space. Florals are still a popular pattern for small rooms. Creating balance. Balance is everything when working with wallpaper for small rooms. If you use large, bold, busy patterns in a small room, tone down the rest of your decor. This includes drapes, rugs, cushions and other accessories. Doing this will ensure that the wallpaper shines but also helps the room to feel relaxed and calm. At the end of the day, be guided by your personal style and the feeling that the pattern elicits. Do that and you'll be well on your way to creating a space you'll love. At the end of this topic, please like this video, comment with your opinion, and subscribe for more decoration ideas.